Okay, as Celia said, I am John Harper. I am an Irishman from Belfast. I've been in Australia actually almost as long as I was in Ireland, so about over 25 years. And I love Australia. That's why I've stayed. I'm now a citizen, and I've got a wife and 2 kids here with me as well. So which one of these little guys do I open? Come on. Close it. Okay, they're ready to use. Here we go. So what I teach is botany, which they got afraid of that word for some reason. I don't know why. Botany has always been botany. What is botany? The study of? Come on. Plants, yeah. So they changed it to plant science because it wasn't sexy anymore. But there's been a resurgence, so people are wearing t-shirts now saying, botany's okay. I'm a botanist and I'm okay. Work all night and play all day. Botany is an amazing thing. Plants are amazing. As I say, I teach it at first year. I also do research in plants, mainly agricultural plants and plant diseases using microscopy. There is one plant major person here. Who's that? They're not here. There is one. Good on you, mate. So what's your name?
Nelson.
Nelson? G'day, Nelson. Welcome to a wonderful course. So I'm going to give you an example of how we use plants, and I want you then to give me other ones, okay? Just as a bit of a light relief, okay? Rather than me talk you to death, which I can probably very well do. So, let me see. And hopefully we can get the sound for this as well. You never know when you try a new computer, but here we go. Recommend settings. Finish. Okay. Do we have sound, Celia, for this?
What's that?
Do we have sound? Because I think sound is good. Sound is on here, but it's not coming out. Great. Anyway, one of the things about it, as a presenter, you go, right, certain things go wrong. It's like anything. So this guy's a reporter, right? And he's standing there. It's all right, Celia, I'll just do it. He's standing there and he's saying, here I am, they've been scouring this area the size of Wales, and they found all sorts of coca leaves and marijuana, and they're burning them behind me, right? And of course, the fumes are getting to him, right? They're blowing him right into him. And he's going, I think you better cut there, Jerry, right? So then he keeps going. The next scene is he's standing there and he's going, here I am, we got rugged soldiers the size of Wales, burning cocoa and marijuana. Anyway, and in the end, he gives this really fast one. And he says, that's it. And it's totally nonsensical. And he says, let's go for a curry. Right? So if you put in to YouTube, it's quite good. So I show this to my botany students and then use that as a jump off point for the uses of plants. So apart from the obvious use of plants here as a narcotic, what other uses do we have for plants? Nelson, you kick it off there. Food. Actually, he took the easy option. What else? Food and another F. That's not, I love it. Good on you, mate. Food and pharmaceuticals. But you know that they're actually using that word pharmaceuticals as farm these days, pharmaceuticals, because they're using plants, they're genetically engineering plants, or talking about it. So you can eat a banana and get, vitamins for it. There's also, you've heard of, what is it called? Golden rice. Monsanto engineered rice to have vitamin A in it, because lots of deaths because of vitamin A, there isn't any. But the thing is, the anti-groups, GM groups, lobbied it. And basically, one of the guys who was for the anti-GM suddenly realized, my God, millions of people are dying because we're not providing them with this. So he did a backflip and said, wait a minute, this is actually saving lives, even though it's GM. Okay, so pharmaceuticals with an F. Also, what other things? Say this is cotton. What is that? Where do you get cotton from? A plant, a cotton plant. The boll, the cotton boll, the flower, so it's a fiber, right? We use, what else do we use plants for? If I'm a carnivore and I eat sheep, ultimately we need what to have that meat? Starts with a P or an F, depending on how you spell it. It's not a trick question. It's so simple. You're probably going, why is he asking me this? Plants, plants. Grass. Sheep eat grass, we eat the sheep, ultimately. Where does all that energy come from ultimately though? the sunlight, right? Sun. Okay. Now, some people go, oh, but there's other organisms that don't use sunlight, but they're the ones that are in the bottom of, the sea and stuff, and they're using different chemical reactions, but we tend not to eat those. Okay? Right, so plants are very important. We've established that, right? So in your subject, if you're doing plants, doesn't matter, even if you're not doing plants, they will still have a role to play. You have to eat your dinner. Okay, here's another one just for the heck of it, because I happened to put it on because I like it. It's something about using your imagination, right? And this woman's driving along, and she's obviously going a bit faster than she should. And you hear, woo, woo! And it's a policeman's pulling her over, right? Anyway, I'm a bit confused whether this is a New Zealand one or an English one, because the guy who says license and registration, madam, sounds English, whereas she sounds New Zealand. Anyway, mummy going a bit too fast, is she? She's going, she's not my mommy. It's not my mommy. And he's like, what? Help. And I was like, what's this? Step out of the car, madam! Step out of the car. Look at this. She's grounded. She just made that up. Anyway, that's just about using your imagination, not in those situations, but to actually to solve problems in a creative way, right? Because you've probably heard this as well. You're going out into industries that haven't been invented yet, haven't been discovered yet, because technology is actually taken off in all sorts of directions. Like, speaking of plants again, I just read the most recent New Scientist, and they're talking about, have you heard of vertical farming? Where they're farming, talking about farming in buildings, right? These guys are farming lettuce in London in the underground, old deserted shelters during the Second World War, because the technology has enabled them to do that now with LCD lights. And they say, right, you just take it up. It still actually costs a fair amount of money, but they're trying to work on it. If the technology gets better and better, and they use less energy in the lights, and they talk, the way they talk about transport costing a lot? It actually doesn't. They've gone and analyzed. Transporting, for instance, lettuce from California to New York costs less than growing it in New York. Why do you think that is? When I say New York State, the weather. California weather is much better, and they can grow it much easier. You've got all that free sunlight and heat to get. New York freezes in the wintertime, so you can get lettuce in the wintertime for much less than you can. So it sort of blew me, because I thought food miles were a big concern, but they're going, actually it's not. It's the energy you need as artificial things to do it. Anyway, so plant major, it's one of those strings to the BSc bow. What else? What are you doing, for instance? You there? Yep. Chemistry major? Micro? Who else? Hands up, who's doing something different than these guys? Chemistry, microbiology, what else? Physics? Did you say physics, or did he say? Both physics. I'm thinking, his lips moved, but he went. Anyway, what else? What other subjects? Maths. Great. So the BSc is a fantastic thing, because it allows you to pick and choose what you want and what your interests are. Right? We've got some plant science students who started as agriculture, but they found they really wanted to do environmental things as well, so they're doing that as well. The last thing I'd like to say before I finish, can I finish now? Is that all right? I don't want to go on too long. Is, Celia, I've worked with Celia for several years now, and I think she's fantastic, isn't she? Just to work with, and her responses to students, you guys are so bloody lucky, right? So this morning when I was thinking this, I thought, I'm going to do something that Celia doesn't expect. I'm going to give her a bottle of bubbly, which she likes, and say thank you on behalf of these students. I'll come around and collect later, okay? On behalf of the students and staff, thank you very much. I checked with your significant other.
It was.
Oh, did he scream? That dirty bugger. Okay. I wrote to her partner and said, hey, what does she like? And he didn't reply back until 10 o'clock when I was walking out of the bottle shop with 2 bottles of red wine. I went, crap. So I have to drink the wine. It's a terrible thing to do. Okay, guys, enjoy the subject. Have fun. This looks all very serious, but bloody study's great fun, isn't it? Doing what you want to do, and it takes you to wonderful, wonderful things. When I wake up in the morning, I don't go, oh crap, I've got to go to work. I go, yay, I can't wait. I couldn't think what I do. I go, oh crap, I'm waking up, I'm really sleepy. No, I really enjoy my work, and that's part of education. You do what you want to do, you end up with a good job. and you're helping society and yourself, okay? So have fun, all right? Now, you know my name, John Harper. See the badge that I forgot to put on? If you have any questions, and Celia isn't around or whatever, email me, because I'm happy to answer anything, okay? And if I don't know, I'll pass it on.